The horror story of the Jeruk Purut priest. The legend of Jeruk Purut. Deep in the heart of Jakarta, nestled among the modern streets and towering buildings, lies an ancient cemetery. Jeruk Purut. A place whispered about in hushed tones, a place feared even by the bravest souls. And at the center of its horror stands one tragic figure, a priest who wanders endlessly, his head cradled in his hands, searching for something he will never find, his own peace. The arrival of the priest. In the early 19th century, Batavia was a city of wealth and corruption. The Dutch colonial rulers controlled everything, and injustice ran rampant. Amidst this turmoil, the priest arrived from Europe. A devoted man of faith, determined to bring light to a city drowning in darkness. The priest preached in a small wooden church, always spreading kindness, tending to the sick and helping the poor. But his kindness and his unwavering dedication to righteousness would soon become his downfall. There are whispers among the Dutch elites, rumors of the priest meddling in affairs beyond his calling. A dangerous enemy. Inside the Grand Dutch governor's mansion, powerful men whisper in candlelight. The Dutch officer said, "The priest speaks too much. He stirs rebellion. He must be silenced." A silent agreement is made. The plan is set in motion. Late at night, as the priest prays alone in his church, the doors burst open. Dutch soldiers storm in, grabbing him roughly. Soldiers said to the priest, "You have been accused of treason against the crown. You will be judged accordingly." The priest struggles, but he is overpowered. The execution and the curse. The jungle. A hidden execution ground. The only sounds are the chirping of crickets and the occasional rustling of leaves. The priest kneels, hands bound, his fate sealed. No trial. No defense. Only silence. And then, the blade fell. The executioner swings a sharp sword. A distant, blood-curdling scream echoes in the background. The severed head lies in the dirt, eyes wide open, mouth twisted in an eternal scream. But the worst was yet to come. The executioners panic. Instead of properly burying the priest, they toss his body into an unmarked grave, but his head is lost in the dense forest. The first haunting. Years pass. A gravedigger works late at Jeruk Purut Cemetery. Muttering to himself. Gravedigger said, "Ugh, this job, always working in the dark." A sudden gust of wind blows out his lantern. He shivers. Then, faintly, a voice calls out, "Where is my head?" The gravedigger turns slowly, his face frozen in terror. Behind him, standing among the graves, is the shadowy figure of a priest. Headless. Blood dripping from his severed neck. And in his hands, his own decayed head. The gravedigger screams and runs, but the ghost does not move. It simply watches. The spreading fear. More and more people begin to report seeing the headless priest. A young woman, returning home late, spots him in the distance. A taxi driver picks up a silent passenger in priest's robes. Only to look back and see no head on his shoulders. Taxi driver said, I saw him. He was sitting there, right behind me. But when I looked in the mirror, there was nothing. Just an empty seat." Wow, that is such a horror situation, right? Before we continue this story, I kindly ask you to support my channel by liking the video and subscribe. Alright, I don't want you to wait any longer, let's go to the dare and the disappearance. A group of teenagers at a cafe, laughing nervously. Dina said, "They say if you go to Jeruk Purut Cemetery in a group with an odd number of people, the ghost will appear." Bayu said, "That's just a dumb legend. Let's prove it's fake." Later on, the group sneaks into the cemetery at midnight. They count 5 of them. Suddenly, one girl gasps. Rina said, "Wait, we were 5. But look at the shadows, there are 6. A long, terrifying silence. Then, a whisper echoes through the trees. Headless priest said, "Where is my head?" The teens turn and see him. Tall, shadowed, his severed head grinning in his hands. They run, screaming. But Bayu, he hesitates. He stares into the priest's empty neck, frozen in horror. After that, Bayu is never seen again. The curse grows stronger. Investigator said, "We're here to capture evidence of the supernatural." As the night deepens, strange occurrences begin. The equipment malfunctions. A cold mist rolls in. And then, on the audio recorder, there is a whispering voice, "Find my head, find my grave." A sudden, powerful gust knocks the camera over. The investigator gasps. In the distance, near an old, forgotten tombstone, the headless priest watches. Theories and speculation. Some experts, like historians and priests, debate the legend. Historian said, the priest was never given a proper burial. Some believe if his head is found and buried with his body, his soul may finally rest. A priest nods solemnly. Priest said, until that day, he will keep searching. The warning. So, screamers, do you still think it's just a legend? Would you dare go to Jeruk Purut at night? Perhaps, he is still waiting. Watching. Searching. The candles flicker. A distant whisper echoes. The headless priest said, "Where is my head?" That's all for today. If you enjoy the video, make sure you give a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.